Hello and welcome to Tarot by the Moon. Tash here at Tarot by the Moon. Hello and welcome. This is Starseed reading. This is the Starseed Oracle reading. It's not a tarot reading, it's an oracle reading. We'll get into it as we go along. It's very organic. It's very in the moment. Sorry if everything looks a bit dark. Literally, the clouds have just clouded up so badly this afternoon. But there's little odd spots of light coming in. I think you can see behind me there's quite a bit of light coming in. But yeah, it's just one of those days with the weather here today. It's got a little bit wet out there this afternoon. Now I'm coming in with the energy of, I want to say closing out winter. We're in the last week of January. It's the end of the winter season. We'll be in Imbolc next month, February. We'll be planting seeds. We'll be looking forward to the warmer months, the lighter days. We've already started to notice, we mentioned it in the last video, that things are getting a little bit lighter and whatever. And I think I shared this energy with you last week. I was highly productive after being quite ill for some time. I was highly productive, highly motivated, and feeling that real zest for getting going in the new year and the newness of everything. But I have to be honest, today I have felt a little bit headachy, a little bit quiet, a little bit down, and not wanting to do very much. And I've tried to do my usual work that I do, and I wasn't getting very far with it at all. And then I accidentally, we know there's no such thing as accidents, on my YouTube feed popped up a lady doing a similar spiritual type healing channel as myself. Oh, my candle's gone out, just goes to show we're saying goodbye to winter. That was the pomegranate of winter there. Got another candle here, hang on. How symbolic was that? As these things happen, this lady's videos just popped up on my feed, and never heard of it before, never seen it before. Felt called to watch it, and boy oh boy did it resonate. And those were the energies that she was also coming in with. And I thought, you know what, it might be time for the Starseed reading to happen today, because I'm not getting anywhere with my other work, with my tarot readings, etc. And everything just feels like, and you might be picking up on this energy as well. And like, I can't think of her name. I'll have to mention her and link her another time. But like, she's just brought to my attention, and I'm like, that's exactly what's going on. It's the end of winter. It's a week for reflecting on the winter that we've just come through, saying goodbye to winter, realising that we're still in the very end of that winter time, okay? And we're just about to step forward into a new way of being of spring. So if you are feeling a little bit where you were feeling motivated and you were feeling, right, it's a new year, it's a new everything, it's a new me, let's get going, and now you're not, that's okay. That's showing us that we are very much in the rhythm of nature, and we are very much in the right place if we are feeling a little bit lackluster today. And blessings to her for helping me to come to that conclusion also. I find it very symbolic and significant that the pomegranate burned out. I got this little pomegranate candle for the winter months. I had it going through most of Yule. If you look back on my Yule season, winter season videos, I've had this pomegranate going on all of the videos. I found it very symbolical. Pomegranates are a holy symbol. I could do a whole show about pomegranates. I'm sure many of you are aware. In the High Priestess tarot card, she's got the pomegranates behind her. It comes up in Egyptian mythology. It's linked to Sekhmet, who I've also been working with the energies of very closely, funnily enough. It's linked to all sorts of things magical things that we could go on and on about, but it's linked to the winter, yeah, for sure. And literally, as I'm talking about closing out the winter, pomegranate decided to flutter out and say goodbye. So obviously, as these things are, I'll be bringing that little one back maybe next year to Yule time. Okay. And I feel like we're in that in-between time, you know, that we talked about before. And I had something about this in my dream last night, and I'm only just remembering this as I'm saying it. How interesting. I'm only just remembering this as I'm saying it and tuning into this energy, because I dreamed about something being in between or on the cusp of, or looking on the corner. I can't explain it now anyway. It was in my dreams as well. So we are in this in-between sort of time, I suppose, of winter's just about to end, spring's just about to begin. So it's that in-between season again that we find ourselves in, which is just as important. I say it's sort of like a twilight sort of time of the seasons, I suppose. Anyway, I'm waffling on, and it's time for a starseed reading. So if you haven't tuned in before, this is a starseed reading. I've been called to integrate starseed stuff in my channel since I had my own starseed origins clarified for me and shown to me by a wonderful shaman lady from New Zealand, who approached me and asked me if I would like to know all about that. Didn't want any money, didn't want anything from me whatsoever, other than to provide me with that out of love. And it really, when I received, or when I was blessed enough to receive all of that, it all made so much sense. And ever since then, I was called to include starseed readings as well as tarot readings on my channel. So many of you who follow me already know about all this, but somebody might be tuning in for the first time and thinking, what the heck is this woman on about? So if you've heard of starseeds, or if you've not, or wherever you are on that particular journey, this is the channel for you, okay? Because for a long time I wasn't sure. I was like, what the heck is that all about? Isn't that going a bit too crazy or too far or whatever? But I tell you what, and I was a person who, like, I was that kid who was that sci-fi geek. I was like the biggest Star Wars fan you ever met, and a girl as well. Do you know what I mean? In the 80s and the 70s and the original Star Wars days, and even before Star Wars, I was always sci-fi mad. My dad was the same way, and so you'd think I'd grasp this theory rather easily, and I wanted to, but I didn't. I had a lot of resistance around it, even though I was already on my spiritual path, as I've always been on. I found the whole concept of starseeds quite difficult to accept, until fairly recently I fully accepted it, really. And as these things happened, so after I had my starseed origins revealed to me and everything, next thing that happened was I stumbled upon this little beauty, which is the Starseed Oracle by Rebecca Campbell and Danielle Noel. And after I got that was it then. I was just getting all sorts of messages, whatever you want to call that, from my Pleiadian grandmothers to actually integrate this information in my channel, to use the YouTube channel to integrate this information, to help others to open up about their experiences and to understand their starseed journey, as well as to understand and enlighten my own, my loves. So we're all on a journey of learning together, okay? So any and all feedback that you can give me will be gratefully received. Please hit the like button. Please give me subscribe. It's really important that I get that stuff so as I can continue to grow the channel. You don't need to be a particular star sign. I always have a little energy to chat about the energy of the preamble of the astrology. And then I go in with a reading and I round up with a couple of other oracle cards. Sometimes a bit of tarot, but today it's oracles. Right, see what's coming up from my beautiful Starseed Collective the last week of January 2023. Spring's just around the corner and we're in the sort of in-between. Where are we up to? What I do is a 3-card spread. I didn't explain that, I'm so sorry. It's a 3-card spread. It's a spread that's in the actual oracle book. It works on the premise of we're all on a double mission. We're all on a soul journey, okay? There's our everyday life, and then there's the deeper meaning to that, and then there's how we're integrating that. So the first card represents what's expected of us. The second card represents the hero's journey, the double mission. And the third card represents how we're integrating the experience, how we're bridging that all together, okay? So, always call in the highest vibration of love and only love into my readings as well. You're a tarot by the moon, nothing but radical compassion and love for ourselves, for the beautiful planet that we live on, for Mother Gaia, for all of the species that we share this planet with, be they animals, plant or otherwise, that are our teachers and guides. For our ancestors, for our star ancestors, for the interdimensional beings and all of the spirit guides that oversee this reading. for everyone in our lives, nothing but radical compassion and love, the highest vibration, and so it is. Okay, my darlings. So we've got the wheel and the ogre elders again. How before we've got cracked open. Love it. And then we've got, that's perfect. Oh, exactly right. I know where this is going. Right. So the wheel and ogre elders. Interestingly, no, I always say, I don't know if I always say it to you guys, but I have mentioned it to you guys. Every week I take one of these cards out and put it on my stand here, okay? And I work with the energy of that card for that particular week personally myself, yeah. And this is the one that I had for last week. And it's the wheel and ogre elders. It's sharing your song, frequency of sound, and diving deep. There's been a lot of stuff being shown to me as well via different things that I've stumbled upon this week regarding the frequency of sound being holy and sacred. There's been it's come through a few things that I've accidentally stumbled upon and things like that I was watching something the other day, I can't even remember what it was, but it accidentally came onto my YouTube while I was in between my tarot readings, and it was saying that the first sense that we use in the womb is sound. And it was saying how all the ancient philosophers and all the origin stories of all the different ancient cultures and everything have also sort of said the same thing, that before we come into the world there's sound, and that the Big Bang sort of thing was like a frequency of sound. Before there was anything created, there was a frequency of sound within energy itself. That's come through for me a lot throughout the week without me even looking for it or trying or anything. In the lady's video that I just watched actually as well, she talks about drumming, and I thought of it then. I thought this keeps coming in, the frequency of sound being holy. So you might find this a good time for you lot might have been sort of tuning into that yourself. Obviously we all have our favourite music, we all understand that music is magic and holy and sacred, but you may have been tuning into more like of the healing frequencies, the hang drum type music, the meditative mind sort of channel music, the subliminals that you get. There's loads of people doing that sort of work on the internet now. It's absolutely fabulous. I like to listen to a lot of that when I'm dropping off to sleep myself. Found some amazing stuff lately, and I do feel like it's actually taking effect, to be honest with you. Let's look at this a minute, just briefly. Wheeling it. This is about letting your... We've had this one before, and we've had it on the channel as well as I've had to work with it personally. It's about allowing your own unique talents to shine very much, and it's perfect energy for Aquarius season, which we're just starting to get into. We're in a new year. It's about letting that come out, okay? The whale and the ogre elders are benevolent cosmic beings here to anchor a frequency of love onto the planet, to harmonise it with their song. As they weave around the oceans, they do so much more than any of us know. Their physical presence affects Earth's magnetic field, and their harmonics call us to wake up and remember our own soul song. Looking into the eye of a whale is something you will never forget. Whales see into your very being, and in an instant you're changed forever. They see beyond the physical, the wound, the identity, the personality, the story. They see right into your soul. If you've pulled this card, you're being called to surrender to your deepest truth and share it with potency. To bow to who you truly are, to stretch your heart wide enough to hold it all, to leave your fears, doubts and baggage at the door, to question any part of you that doesn't feel good enough. The whale and ogre elders want you to give others the privilege of seeing who you truly are, and for you to see the same in other beings, to drop your hang-ups and personality flaws and get busy revealing the unique note your soul came here to sing. Allow the song that echoes in the four chambers of your heart to emanate in all four directions. Peel back the layers of suffering and pain and reveal to others your soul's true song, and endeavour to see the soul of all those that you meet. Beautiful. This is what's being expected of us right now as Starseeds, light workers, healers, or any other similar sort of things that you might resonate with. This is what's being expected of us by our higher selves and by our star ancestors, I feel, our future selves. That we actually be brave enough to stretch our hearts wide enough to hold it all. It's powerful stuff. To leave your fears, doubts and baggage at the door. To question any part of you that doesn't feel good enough. Huge shift of healing coming in there, my loves. Huge shift of healing, and you might not be quite there. And you might be saying, well, I'm not ready to share my song because I'm not quite there. My frequency isn't quite right. My vibration isn't quite right. And you'd be right. This is like we've come in at the preamble. The energy of right now is very much, if you don't feel like doing something, don't do it. Because we're creating from, whatever we're creating it from, we can only do the magic from how we are in ourselves. So if you feel like there's still healing to do, then there's still healing to do. If you feel like you need to have a couple of down days before you can come out and sing your song and share your art or whatever it is you're trying to do, then even if it's just a morning off, like I've had pretty much been, I feel like I've been sort of forced to have a morning off this morning. Go with that. You'll come back out of it. Don't put the pressure on yourself. You will come back out of it. You'll come back out of it a lot quicker for having surrendered to it. And then come in and share that energy with others, and it'll be of a much purer and higher vibration, my loves, okay? So I hope that helps. The next one that came out, which is our double mission, okay? Cracked open, rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. Exactly, surrender to the alchemy of life. This is part of the alchemy of life, hitting rock bottom, surrender. This is where we're at. It's deep winter. We're in deep winter. We're at the end of it. We're just about to go into that in-between bit, leading up to Imbolc, leading up to spring, where things start to feel really spring-like. It's still going to be cold for a while longer. It's still going to be quite dark for a while longer, etc. And so you just need to go with that winter energy for now. That winter energy is all about allowing things to die back, allowing things to die off, allowing things to fall away. Deep rest, deep sleep, deep healing, okay? Before we come back out. And it does feel like this is reminding us that it's okay to do that. In fact, it's not just okay, it's like necessary. It's not anything to be scared of or anything to worry about that you feel that way. You're right on target if that's how you feel. In fact, is that you just want to take some extra sleep right now, or that you're feeling a bit low, etc., etc. It's just the energy of the season of nature that you are a part of, asking you to look at that part of yourself and honour it, my darlings, okay? Cracked open. Let's have a quick look at that. Surrender to the alchemy of life. Beautiful energy. I love how that crack has just allowed the universe to shine through there. What's that Leonard Cohen song? There's a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in. Sort of energy. I love that. Love that. Don't let the weight and density of the world squash your tender spirit. Instead, let it call even more of it home into your body. At the centre, front of your life, it's through the extreme pressure of life's trials that diamonds are cultivated. It's when things are at their darkest, which is, winter, that we cultivate proper faith and our light is ignited. It's about to be ignited. We've got Imbolc around the corner, and that's all about light ignition. It's through the crumbling that we can allow our wounds to be alchemized. Let your pain, sorrow and losses make you, not break you. Let life alchemize your tragedies into gold. Be open to being cracked open, wide open. It's the difficult times that help us grow in leaps and bounds, and in ways we could only dream were possible. But first, they have to crack us open. Sometimes it hurts like hell. It's nature's way. Whether you let it happen or no, it's going to happen. So surrender to the process. It's how the light gets in. When your heart cracks open, a space is created for your soul to more fully enter. when you let your trials, your sorrows, your pains and your losses transform you into more and more of yourself. Stay open to the possibility that your tragedies, your losses, your sorrows and your hurt happened for you, not to you. Bless that thing that broke you down and cracked you open, because the world needs you open. Surrender to the alchemy of life. Exactly. Cracking open. I'm being reminded there, and it was mentioned in this video that I've just watched as well, about skin shedding. And it's like she's shedding that outer shell to allow more light in. When we hit rock bottom, when we deal with our pain, when we empty ourselves, we're able to hold more light. We're able to hold more of the light codes, and nature and the universe will provide us with a new skin as we need it, but we have to let the old one go first. Okay, my darlings. How are we bridging all of this together? This is spot on. You will not believe it, and I'm so grateful to Spirit for the guidance they've given me today to just slow down, and they guided me towards that latest video, and that's inspired me to come on and do the starseed reading right now. And you will not believe the card that we've got that helps us to bridge it all together, and it's just validation that Spirit's working strongly with us today. It says the void, and we've had this one before. Stop. It says stop, embrace winter, the great cosmic womb. This is the alchemy of life. There you go. Stop, embrace winter, the great cosmic womb, the void. That's what we're being asked to use to bridge this experience together. The experience of wanting to sing our song, wanting to open up, wanting to share our beautiful frequency, Aquarius, New Year, yes. But first we have to allow winter to do its job properly. That's the alchemy of life. First we have to surrender to winter. We have to stop. We have to understand that we're being cared for in a great cosmic womb. Beautiful. I'm so grateful to Pleiadian grandmothers and anyone else involved in my team of spirits today, because that is just exactly where I'm at, exactly what I'm feeling, and I know I'm not the only one. Okay. The void. Sorry, it's just blowing me away a little bit there, as the energy does, and these starseed readings, I find the energy quite different to when I do a tarot reading. Similar, but it's a different dynamic. Should I put it like that? Surrendered. I'll find it. Maybe I don't need to find it. The void, there it is, 116. 116 in numerology would make 8. I don't know why I've been shown to do that, but I have. 8 is a number of infinity. Don't forget, we work with infinity all the time, so now's the time to start. Okay, wait, it's not, no, that's not it, that's not it. Similar. There we are. Everything and nothing exists in the void. It's where all life begins and ends. It's the winter and the womb. The fertile darkness where all things originate and all seeds grow. Comforting and intimidating, freeing and daunting. It can feel both overwhelmingly small and huge. The void is where faith lives. The message of the void is to surrender to the unknown, to allow the fertile darkness of nothingness to nourish the new seeds growing within you, regardless of whether you know what they'll one day become. You're being called to surrender to the mystery of what's next, to rest, and to allow the winter of your life to do the work for you, to hand over your control and trust that just because you can't see what's happening beneath the surface, it doesn't mean things aren't at work. The greatest weavings happen when we find a way to surrender and trust that our life is being knitted for us, right beneath the surface, in ways known and unknowable. Now is the time to cultivate faith and allow deep, deep rest. The void often surfaces at the end of a chapter or a life phase, when we're called to let go of all that we know and identify with. When you're in the void, it can feel scary and as if you should be doing something. However, when this card appears, it's a sure sign that the most productive thing to do is to relinquish control and surrender to the changing mystery of your life. And so it is, my darlings. That couldn't be more perfect or resonant for the energy that I'm feeling, the energy that I've tuned into today, the energy that I know other readers are sharing. And I'm sure some of you guys are feeling that also. It does feel like, oh, but I should be doing this, I should be doing that, I should be doing this, I shouldn't do that. But, it might be after having that spark of getting going and getting things moving. And then it feels disappointing because it's like, but today, got a little headache, got no energy, just want to curl up. That's what we should be doing. When you come back out of that, just trust life is being knitted for us. It's winter. It's the end of winter. This is a way of honouring the end of winter. It's by honouring these feelings and this energy within ourselves, my loves. So do not attach any guilt to it whatsoever. Okay. Now, very strong with me today have been the energy of the fairy world. The fairies, the elves, the gnomes, them lot. The otherworldliness of the fairy world has very much been with me all day today. And so on that basis, I've brought in one of my all-time favourites, as you guys probably know by now, if you watch me regularly. But I don't include it very much. But every now and then, it's a very powerful Fairy Oracle by Brian Froud. I normally clarify with a bit of tarot, but today, no, it was definitely feeling the energy of fairies, elves, all that, all mine. That's all I can say to you guys. Which is wonderful, and there's deep medicine within that world. So let's see what's coming up. This is my particular favourite of the Fairy Oracles. So, hope you're enjoying my little reading. I certainly feel a lot better for coming on and talking to you guys, as I always do. Please give me a thumbs up, please give me a like, please leave a comment. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please get in touch with me via the email provided in the box below. Please never give anyone any money approaching you and saying that they're me, because they will not be me. I don't approach people. You have to approach me via the email link below, my love. So just make sure you don't get scammed. Okay, you've got two fallen out. Absolutely beautiful. The Guardian at the Gate came out in the reverse, and these are readable in the reverse, so I will have a look at that. And we've got the Fairies of the Future. Love that. That feels perfect. And I know this oracle set quite well. Just straight away, that feels perfect to me. Okay, the Guardian at the Gate, but he's in the reverse. It's okay. It's okay. It's all good. This is one of the sort of higher energies. This is tantamount to like archangel energy. When we get in a really high vibration, when we're the guardians and the singers, and these guys are the fairies of the future. Yeah. It's pretty self-explanatory straight away, I feel. Which we're on the cusp of. We're on the cusp of stepping forward, just as these lovely blithe creatures there are doing, stepping forward, looking forward. Oh, what's the new year bringing? What's it bringing? Oh, what's it? All that curiosity in that imagery. Oh, what's round the corner? Oh, what's up ahead? What's February got for us? And it is very exciting, and we're on the cusp of that new energy. Guardian at the Gate first. Let's have a look at that. There's the singers. Guardian at the Gate. Passage to new life. Openings and gatekeeping. Exactly. passages to new life. We're leaving the winter behind and we're calling in the spring energy, openings and gatekeeping. It's absolutely spot on, my darlings. Reverse. The reverse guardian of the gate can indicate that a gate is close to us at this time. Perhaps we are trying to start things that we are not truly ready for. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you so much for that confirmation. It's exactly what I'm getting across here. Or that are not yet ready for us. Perhaps we are even trying to do something that is inappropriate, something that will take us off on a dead-end road. Standing here and banging our heads on a closed gate is not a productive activity. If we have our hearts set on going in a particular new direction and this card is reversed, a good question to ask is, what do I need to attend to first in order to bring this opportunity into my life? The answer to that might be that unfinished business from the past may make us unready to move on. If so, we need to complete that first, whether it is something in our physical world or in your inner self. An alternative possibility is that the gate is open and we are refusing, probably out of fear, to see or enter it. We may be telling ourselves that it isn't a real opportunity, that it wouldn't really work, that we can't or don't want to do it after all. We might be feeling both an attraction towards something and a substantial fear. And we might be denying the fear and giving ourselves all sorts of reasons and rationalizations and justifications as to why a sensible person would not try that. Yet the gate stands open. When the guardian at the gate appears in a reading reverse, deep thought is required. When it appears right side up and the gate is wide open, prepare for an initiation into new life. I feel like that's spot on for us, my loves. I feel like exactly what it says. We're trying to do something and it feels like you're banging your head on the wall, because at the energy of the month, you want to be productive, especially after having a productive start to the new year. Like I say, personally, I had a really productive week energetically and spiritually and all of those wonderful things last week. Super. The potential was being shown to me was brilliant, and I felt like I was off to a really good start, especially after coming out of a time of illness. But today, cranky energy. Yesterday was okay, it wasn't as sparkly as last week. Today, really cranky. Today, banging my head on a wall. Don't be banging your head on the wall, you know. You're not quite ready for it. It doesn't mean you're not going through that gate. It doesn't mean you're not welcome to step through that gate. It doesn't mean that at all. We wouldn't be at the gate. We wouldn't be at this beautiful gate of energy, of a portal into spring. You wouldn't be you're watching this channel if you weren't worthy of or capable of going through that gate. It's just not quite the time yet. There's something that you need to do first. And what you need to do first is just stop and reflect on winter and realise that we're still in winter. We're not quite in spring yet. We're not quite in the new yet. Reflect on that, embrace winter, go within and allow the final bits of that healing to take place before we step forward. Hope that makes sense, my darlings. Fairies of the future, spot on. 33. Yeah, love these guys. These are the fairies of a bright future and are essential companions on any journey. When these fairies appear, it is time to consider where we have been and where we wish to go. Exactly. It's in between. They're not quite there yet. They're not in the future. They're looking towards the future quite clearly. It's in between stuff. So considering where we've been, reflecting on the winter, closing winter out, honouring the winter that we're still in, okay, and taking a big deep breath and looking forward to where we'd like to go. Spot on. There are many opportunities, many potentials, but we must choose a path and then take realistic, practical steps to bring the desired future into being. This is not a time to wait for things to come to us, but a step forward to meet them. Step forward boldly to meet them, We may do this alone, if we wish, or in the company of those who share our goals and dreams. Right, to step boldly. Now that might sound like a contradiction after reverse guardian of the gate, but it's not, because the step boldly that you're taking forward in the direction of your goals, dreams and potentialities 2023 for the future, the bold step is to embrace the void. The bold step is to embrace the winter. The bold step is to stop and do nothing sometimes. That is the bold step, and it feels scary because it feels like you should be doing something, should be creating, should be rising above this lack of energy or whatever. And it's like, no, it's not a lack of energy anyway, it's just a different energy. The bold step is to actually surrender to the void. I hope that makes sense. It makes perfect sense to me, my loves. I'm so grateful to Spirit for the guidance that they've provided me with today. It's been beautiful. Last one, always do, I say always, since Samhain, when I got this fabulous oracle set. Samhain time. Black Moon Astrology by Susan Shepherd. I've been including one of these beautiful cards at the end of the Starseed reading, just to summarise. And every single time it's been very, very interesting. Still very new to me, this deck, and they're a very high quality deck, so I tend to just, you can't get them to fall out. They're so lovely and thick and very, very high quality cards. Not that the others are not, but there's just another level of quality here. So what I tend to do is just that, and then I take the one off the top, and we've got the 6th house routine. Okay, 6th house. Now this is, like I say, it's an story. It's a card deck like no other really that I can describe or that I can reference to. I find it quite unique. It does help you to kind of understand the deeper aspects of astrology, and it is interesting to see how it applies to the energy. So we've got 6th house routine. The body is a sacred garment, said Martha Graham. You must change your usual way of looking at things. The 6th house is ruled by the mutable sign, Virgo, and the planet Mercury. Interesting, we've just come out of Mercury retrograde. In the horoscope, it is the area of routine and everyday life. It is not so much a dazzling place that it has to do with the ordinary. It also rules the body, and specifically your health, especially the digestive tract. This house reminds us that what we should do to maintain good health, and in this, diet figures in. Anything that comes under alternative health or various approaches to strengthening the body and supporting a healthy lifestyle all falls under the category of the 6th house. The 6th house is all about your duty, responsibility and gainful employment. It shows how hard you work, how organised you are, how much you worry and what you do on a daily 9-to-5 basis. This is why it is also looked upon as the house of the job, how you earn a living as an everyday citizen. When this card turns up, a job change is possible. When the 6th house card presents itself in a reading, an important thing to consider is your state of health. Medical appointments and buildings such as hospitals and health centres may figure into your reading. For your future plans to progress smoothly, you must be strong in body. An area to look at closely is your diet. Interesting, that came up in the other lady's reading as well, about diet. An alternative health approach may work best for you and may find yourself interested in Reiki, acupuncture, chiropractors, health supplements, herbs and visits to a health food store. Becoming involved in these matters professionally may also develop. As the 6th house has everything to do with your routine and what you do regularly, you may experience changes and disruptions in your schedule. It would also be to your benefit to become as organised as you can, since at this time any type of disorganisation could defeat your plans. It is time to pay attention to the small particulars rather than the larger picture. The larger picture cannot develop without the minute details. You may find yourself worrying over little matters, which is exhausting. Visits to libraries and schools may somehow assist you in your plans. It's important to be analytical in your endeavours, or they may become unravelled and not turn into the ideal that you would want. Perfection is not necessary to success. Completing what you start is more important. However, the 6th house does not suggest you insist on quality and usefulness. You may find you critical at this time, or others will seem to be critical of you. You may want to clear up or correct matters which may have become unhinged or at least off track. efficiency and doing the right thing at the right time will serve you in the coming days. This is probably not an easy time because it's not meant to be. For something to really serve you in the best way possible with the outcome you are wanting, you will have to go step by step and have patience. It is not likely to happen fast, but whatever you manage to accomplish will stick and serve you well in the future. Interesting. Probably not an easy time, and it's not meant to be. Exactly. We have to go step by step and have patience. Things are not likely to happen fast. So there's this feeling right throughout those paragraphs of wanting to get going, wanting to get things done, looking at our daily routines as well, looking at our health, looking at what we do regularly. And one thing that lady's channel I stumbled on, she mentioned that she'd been called to look at the amount of coffee she's drinking. And I've been having the same thing all week, and I've been like, and I know this, I know that when I drink too much caffeine, it makes me feel less than my best, and that I need to drink more water, or I need to drink more herbal tea. And I even bought some nice new herbal tea the other day to start integrating and whatever. And I'm pretty good. For most of the time, I'm pretty disciplined on that. But just lately, I've just been drinking gallons of cups of tea, and then I'm wondering why I'm feeling not quite myself and whatever. And that's, of course, a regular thing that you do, is a routine thing that you do, is have a cup of tea, have a cup of tea, have a cup of tea, or somebody else will make you a cup of tea. And it's like, you can just actually say, no, I kind of have peppermint, no, I'm just going to have a glass of water, or no, I'm fine, I don't need to drink anything right now, or whatever. And it's just looking at those like everyday things, little things, even mundane sort of things that can make a difference to our overall well-being right now. I feel like that's very much in the energy. We're not going to like notice those things and really recognise those things and make moves towards changing those things if we don't slow down first. We're not, because we're going to be so busy rushing ahead, thinking we've got to be productive and thinking we've got to get things done. And then we're doing it from this imbalanced place where if we just took a quiet day or a quiet hour out of our day or a quiet morning off like I've done today or wherever, and just be with that energy of I'm not quite right, of I need to slow down. It's not you, it's the whole season, as we've already discussed. It's nature and you're part of that. It's just surrender to that. And then notice those little things that need to be changed in your daily life. Or maybe it's about getting more organised. Maybe it's about changing your routine. Maybe you need to make time to visit a doctor. Maybe you need to make time to visit a library to get some proper research done on something that you want to find out about, so you can progress on those goals that you have for 2023. It could be any number of those types of things. Maintaining good health is our responsibility. This is really important part of the sixth house. It's what you do every day. The body is a sacred garment. Strengthening your body, supporting your healthy lifestyle. Are you getting enough sleep? Are you getting enough rest? Are you learning to truly listen to what your body needs, and honouring that you're part of nature, and that sometimes you're just in tune with the season, and sometimes it's a dark old end of winter day, and it's okay to feel a little bit less than, we're not looking to be perfect. That will come in you. Although we're looking to improve ourselves, and you might, it mentions health supplements, herbs, all of that kind of thing. But we're not looking to be perfect. We know that's not the goal. We know that's not the possibility even. But we're looking to be more efficient and do the right thing for ourselves and to serve ourselves, to serve spirit. Sometimes, and I've said this to you guys before, sometimes serving spirit is just looking after your body first. And people go, well, that's not very spiritual. That's not very, singing on top of a mountain wearing a tie-dye sundress or whatever. No, it's not. It's not. But those steps are essential in a spiritual life of like looking after yourself, making sure you're getting enough, eating properly, making sure you're staying hydrated, making sure you're staying warm and comfortable, making sure you're getting enough sleep, making sure you're eating a healthy food, listening to your body's needs. Looking after your body is one of the number one spiritual practices that gets overlooked and that we need to attend to. It's very, very important, because only from having a healthy body and then can we then create and manifest our special unique gifts that we're trying to bring into the world, our whale song, our frequency, our unique Aquarian frequency that we're trying to share only from how strong we are. So this is a pause, this is a time to look, reflect, enjoy what's left of winter, enjoy what's left of those slow days and those slow months and that darkness and that cosmic womb that we're in before we come out and we've emerged into new life and new. Before we know it, we'll be in spring. You know, a couple of weeks from now, things are going to be so different. The energy's going to be so different. So allow ourselves to just go through this little cocoon stage, and be gentle with yourself and be gentle with other people around you. You might find you've been a little bit overly critical of yourself because you haven't got as much done as you would have liked to have or whatever, or that other people are being critical. That's okay. Just allow it. Just observe it. Don't engage with it. And take care of your beautiful selves, my loves. So I hope you've enjoyed my little reading. Like I say, 6 out and breathe. Your job, your work, what you are working on, responsibilities, diligence, volunteer work, making sure all your details are covered. But making sure all your details are covered is this. This is a detail. Slowing down, having a day off, drinking more water, having a bit more rest. That's a detail. That's the detail of your work. Of course it is. It says the next thing, looking at the small things, even the trivialities, organisation, making sure everything is in the right order, analysing, efficiency, productivity, the body's condition, your digestive disorders, your colon, your stomach, the esophagus, health, food, diet, focusing on physical, mental and or spiritual healing, alternative medicine, healing modalities, forming plans, the future, keeping matters in order. That's where we're at today, okay? Medical buildings, hospitals, nursing homes, doctors, shamanism, nature, cleanliness, antiseptics, purification, the colours brown, tan, green and off-white, keeping the books, numbers and letters, studying, learning, books, bookwork, libraries, editing, being alone, logic, small factors. Corresponding tarot card, 7 of Pentacles. Key ideas, daily work, healing, thought, discernment, small animals, employees and orderliness. There we have it, my darlings. So I hope that helps. I hope you've enjoyed. Please hit me up with a thumb. It's very important. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and please leave me a comment in the box below so that I know this reading has resonated with you guys. And I'll be back with another reading very, very soon. And until then, take care of yourself and all the love and all the